I think sometimes we listen to a few people within our churches give us such pushback about talking about anything we should, it seems too unseemly. I remember a pastor talking to me about preaching one Sunday, and he was talking about Rahab and reading from scripture. She is in scripture as not only David's great grandmother, but also she helped defeat Jericho, right? So, and she was a prostitute and is said so in the Bible. And as he's reading scripture and says the word prostitute, after church, some little ladies get around him and say, "Hey, pastor, you just can't say those kinds of words in our church. I don't care where you saw them." And he says, "Sam, what should I have said?" I said, "Well, tell them to grow up." Right? You need to grow up. Come on. We're dealing with difficult issues. Our world is not at least bit shy or embarrassed about talking about pornography and everything else under the sun. To our children and their teens and our adults, why should we be backing off about what Christ's truth is to us in the Bible, right? So we need to press in and help people understand why what's going on. Why do they find them trapped? How can we create a safe environment within our local church to create an opportunity for people to find in freedom? Now listen, as you noticed in the book, I reviewed a number of studies, and there was a direct correlation that showed that pornography was undermining every ministry in the local church, from children's ministries and teen ministries to marriage ministries, right? We're losing traction because pornography is this underlying hidden factor that we're not addressing well in the church. And the studies showed a direct correlation between scripture life, prayer life, church attendance, whether how close they felt to God, whether they felt God was listening to them, if they were the more they used pornography. In fact, there was a direct correlation between how much pornography someone used and whether they would serve in a church board or committee over the next 6 years, right? So if you're not addressing pornography in your local church as a ministry leader, you need to understand that that inaction is undermining every ministry in your local church. Here's the cool thing. Every church that I visited I spoke to more than 70 pastors, counselors, ministry leaders, and those who'd been through this journey to write the book. And what I found repeatedly at churches who were doing this process well is they said, "Sam, all the studies are being reversed. We have increased church attendance. We have people that feel deep connection to their faith. Their prayer life is on fire. Their scripture reading is focused. They are saying, Pastor," and this is the kicker. This is, "Sam, you need to understand, I don't do more now as a pastor, I do less, because have these people having had a spiritual awakening, had an opportunity for discipleship and finding freedom from something that felt so condemning, they have gone on fire." And they're saying, "Pastor, I'll do that. I'll take that on. Pastor, you need someone to mentor that person or disciple that person. I can do that." Right? So we actually create disciples who are discipling others when we can press into issues that are so shameful and so isolating. And now we turn isolation into community.